Hi everybody, NJ here. The other day, a client of mine was complaining that it was so hard to get any work done, working from home, having her husband working from home, and all the kids at home. And so today in this video, I'm going to share with you some tips that I shared with her in order to be more productive working at home with the whole family being at home. The first thing that we need to address is mindset. I really believe in the Henry Ford quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. I think that if we think something isn't possible, we discount any solutions, we don't look for any solutions, and it's just not going to happen. You need to be very clear that there are plenty of women business owners or employees who are working at home, but lots of women are able to be productive with kids and husbands working from home. If any of them can, that means that it is possible. And the fact that there are lots that are able to figure out a way to make this work is proof that it is possible. And so I want you to believe that you can find a way to make it work for your family. Now, everything might not work for you, or something that works for someone else might not work for you, but there is a way to make this work. The second thing is to recognize that all work is not created equal. There is some work that you can do with less brain power, whether you're answering emails, that kind of low brain activity work, but there's other work that you need long periods of uninterrupted time. You're having to hold a lot of information in your prefrontal cortex, short-term memory, in order to process it. And so anytime you get interrupted, it is going to really lose you a significant amount of time. And so it's important that you schedule this really important high thinking work for times when no one is around, whether that's early in the morning before anybody else wakes up, late at night after they go to bed, or maybe during the day that you have some opportunity that they leave for a couple of hours and you're able to focus and work. Whatever works for your household, but you just want to make sure that you separate out your work and schedule a time where you can focus on that type of work. The third thing is that you want to create mini focus sessions. Instead of allowing your family members to interrupt you whenever they feel like it, you want to have focus sessions where they can't interrupt you. And depending upon your family situation, that time may be 2 hours or 90 minutes, or it may be as short as 20 minutes that you go in uninterrupted. But the important thing is that you're training your family not to interrupt you, but that after your focus session, you kind of go out and you're available for them to ask you questions or interact with you. So how this might work, if you have your own office, maybe you shut the door, or if you can't shut the door, you put up something, some kind of a piece of paper that's taped up that says, do not interrupt. Or maybe you just have the rule that they never interrupt you, that you go to where they are and check in at the end of your focus sessions. So you just have to find something that works within the construct of your family. Now, the important thing is you set a time that is appropriate for your family, as I said before, and then you don't go over. If you say 20 minutes is the time that you're focusing and 20 minutes is up, you don't keep going for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, as long as you can get away with, because then they will interrupt you and then you're just training them to interrupt you. And so really what you want to do is start with the smallest block of time that you can get away with and then keep increasing it so that you can get larger and larger blocks of uninterrupted time. But even 20 minutes, you will get so much more done if you have a day split up into 20-minute periods of uninterrupted focus on important work that you have to do, as opposed to all day long of being interrupted. Now, it is important that you have a clear list of what it is that you're working on in those sessions, because it's really easy in that 20 minutes that you can just blow through that time on Facebook or email or YouTube or any of the social media channels. So you want to make sure that you have an agenda that for this 20 minutes, I'm going to work on this project and here's what I'm going to accomplish in that 20 minutes. Or maybe you say, here's a chunk of work that's going to take me an hour to do. and I'm going to do it over 5 blocks of 20 minutes. The other thing is that in order to get your family going along with this is that you want to give incentives, especially for children. That's really important, but even husbands sometimes need incentives. What is it that you can do with them at the end of this? Especially if you're working late at night or early in the morning, you should be able to stop your day earlier and not have to work till 5 o'clock. So maybe with putting in those hours late at night or early in the morning, maybe you can stop working at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. But what is it that you're going to do? Are you going to play a game with them? Are you going to read to them? Are you going to go out to the park? Figure out something that makes them excited for that at the end, because then they're more likely to not interrupt you because they want that benefit. So I would love to hear if you try any of these tips, if they work for you, and if you have any other challenges that you're dealing with, you can either leave me a question below or just shoot me an email. I hope that this has been helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.